So, who are you?
I'm Elion Rivera, a senior at Xavier High School.
And you wrote the winning play, which is called?
I Never Left, about a child dealing with the loss of his dead girlfriend. Not very lighthearted, but...
No. So tell us, where did you come up with the idea to write it?
So I was just kind of in my room, thinking like where I was gonna go with this play, and I wrote like 10 different drafts of like funny stuff, which I discovered I'm not very good at all in terms of writing. So I figured out I would try to take it in this new direction, and I was thinking about relationships and how those can come and go and whatnot. And I just wrote up this story about seeing the people that are gone and how you deal with that.
What was it like when you started working on it?
It's super intimidating because you're taking this thing I wrote and you're like acknowledging it as something like good and that you're gonna like make into this awesome production. And obviously I've been in XDS shows in the past. So like to see my own work produced by you and Mr. Marco is insane. And even working with Mr. Marco, because she's
That's right, Mr. Marco's playing your mom.
My mom in the show is something like awesome, and I'm not going to forget because, it's my senior year, COVID and all that stuff is whack. I think it's just a cool way to close it off.
I think so too, and it's an excellent play.
Thank you.
And so we're really excited about it, and the students are obviously excited about it too. So thank you for bringing that beautiful play into the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for producing it.
Yay! Awesome. Nice work. How long did it take you to write the play?
Oh, I feel like this is gonna be like a disappointment statement for me to say because I've been talking about how my I had the idea in my head. It took an hour to put on the page.
What were your feelings when you were watching it? Like, this is the first time you've seen actors say your words.
So I was excited. I mean, I was like, it's like when you've like seen the same movie over and over again, and you're like, I liked it. I enjoyed seeing it, like, because it's one thing to like what I have in my head, kind of, but like what I had in my head was like, not flawed. I mean, not like impossible or not like weird. But I do appreciate seeing other people look at something that I made and then interpret from that. One of the things I was like trying, I guess, to do with it when I was writing it, like when I started writing it, I didn't really have like a clear goal. I was like, I'm gonna write a thing, and then I was like watching a sitcom, and at the same time, like I have a copy of No Exit by John Paul Sartre, and I was looking at the book, and I was looking at the sitcom, I was looking at the book, and I was looking at the sitcom, and I was like, you know what if I could combine these two into like one thing? But as I was writing it, I was like, you know what, like I've been to a lot of family functions that if I was there forever, I would feel like this is hell, I have died, and this is hell. So like, yeah, there's a lot of things about like, there's people who haven't seen you in forever, and like they're like, you've never seen them before, and they're like, oh my god, I remember when you looked like this, and da-da-da. And so it's like a weird interaction of I remember you when you were very young, and you don't remember me at all. So I was trying to throw that in there, and I was trying to throw in like how like, like we can kind of think that like our parents are like right about everything, but like they're the parents in this are like at each other's throat all the time and like always trying to like get the one up on each other, and like neither of them is really an authority because they're always competing against each other to be the authority.
That's Connor Hennessy. Hi, introduce yourself to us.
I'm Daniel, and I'm a junior.
You're a junior. And you wrote
The Way You See It.
The Way You See It. And where did you get the idea to write this play?
Well, in today's world, people are very quick to judge, especially on like social media. They just comment on stuff without actually, reading into the whole story. So I wrote this play kind of like a comment on that, because like the father-in-law is very quick to judge Eddie and all that, and then Eddie, and like there's all these different parts to the actual story that when taken into account, it all makes sense in the end.
And when you wrote Eddie, did you have anyone in particular in mind?
Really, I thought of the guy who played Eddie from Venom.
Describe like how Eddie has talks about the action here, and then you do like a split stage. Describe how you came up with that idea, because it's working quite nicely.
Well, because I knew I had to have, like, you can't just have two perspectives. I thought a third would really tie it together. And so of course, when I split it, I knew that it would be kind of easier to like sort of go from one vantage point to another, rather than having like two people talk at the same time. And then for the father-in-law, I didn't know how there wasn't really a good way to sort of make like 3 different sections, so I made him dead, so it'd be like more like an overseer.
Were you happy when you saw that you were in the final 6?
Yes, I was.
And is this your first play?
I've done plays in the past as an actor, but I never actually wrote one before.
And you're a junior.
Yes.
It's time to audition for some plays.
Possibly.
You should. So you are Jaden
Gonzalez. Yes.
Gonzalez, and what year are you?
I am a junior.
Awesome. So The Beans is our wild card play because it's hysterical,
Yes.
and we're having a great time with it. And where did you get the idea for your play?
One night I was just sitting on Xbox with my friend, and we were just talking things out. We're on the internet a lot, and we were just thinking of ideas because I had seen the competition pop up in the school announcements, and I was like, we previously sort of write stuff on our free time to like film them ourselves and everything. So I was like, why not? Because we have the opportunity, and we had just come up with a crazy idea based on this meme about beans. Is basically just just one guy who goes into his kitchen and just starts looking for beans in his cabinet and everything. So we thought, since our concept was already crazy, why not make the play crazy?
And is this your first full play, like a 10-minute play? You said you've written other things, but you'd say that this is the first.
Yeah, this would have to be our first one, yes.
What are you curious about, like in the staging? Is there anything that you're wondering, like, how are they going to do this?
It would have to be the bean, because the bean is the most craziest part of the story. The other parts is kind of doable and believable, given like limited supplies and everything, but the bean really has to be like the big thing that would have to blow us away. Really.
Right. And we won't spill the beans on it, but I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in and for writing such an awesome play.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey.
My name is Connor Corcoran, and I wrote The Rock.
The Rock, and we love that play. It's really funny and also tells a lesson. Where did you get the idea?
Well, like, all the characters are based on one of my friends, and we never actually went on a camping trip, but it's always something that I've actually thought about doing.
And the kids are really excited in it to go camping, right? Everyone, so that first moment we have, like, they say something like, camping trip, and they say it together, and we always laugh about that because it's so legit. And then there's a bully, kind of, right?
Well, like, me and him, we have, like, a playful, like, relationship, kind of. Like, he's much bigger than me, but we always, like, joke around, like, we're the same, so, yeah.
So is this the first play you've written?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great. And were you excited to hear that you were in the top 6?
Yeah, it was.
It's so awesome. So now you need to go on a camping trip since you've written about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for writing it.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
I got my idea from an enjoyment of history and a general love of the Byzantine Empire. This is something which I've always been interested in. It's a very interesting event, the fall of Constantinople in 1453, a very momentous event. So I thought it would be a good topic for this play. It took me about 6 hours, I think, to write. I wrote it in 2 days. Mostly what took long was just correcting like verse and stuff, but I wasn't really able to completely do that because of lack of time, so there probably were a few mistakes. And I was pretty excited to be included in the final 6 plays just to see it produced. I thought it'd be pretty cool, but overall, I was going for first or second, so a little disappointed, but I can't complain.
It's been a blast bringing 6 new plays to life with this amazing cast and creative team. In 8 rehearsals, we've seen ghosts, sword fights, a bean monster, St. Patrick's Day celebrations, hell, and a magic rock. It's been an adventure from start to finish. It takes a lot of hearts and hands to make theater, and I want to express my gratitude for every person who has collaborated with me on this project. Thank you, playwrights who gave us new work. Thank you, actors, for pushing the stories forward. To Jonathan Stein, who created and executed the perfect lighting design. To Mike Olivieri, who captured it all on film. And to the entire Xavier community for making it possible for us to honor 6 new voices in American theater.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeMarco.
Awesome. And Nicole is our producer and an actor in one of the plays. So tell us about your experience working with this new play.
Well, this has been really fun for me personally for many reasons, but mainly because it's nice to be acting in something and sort of turning over the reins, fully, and just being an actor with the students that I've typically directed. And also I'm playing the role of mom in the winning play by Senior Elian Rivera, and I think it's really cool because he is sort of like one of my sons, so it's been really nice to work with him in a different way.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am costume director, and also I've helped with a lot of props and set pieces in this awesome shows that we have. I also work here at Xavier with a lot of the students.
Awesome. And tell us about this wonderful hat that you created.
This hat is for one of our gals in the play. Her name is Maggie. It is for the show The Waiting Room. She plays the mom in the show. We took the inspiration from one of our favorite shows, Schitt's Creek, if anyone knows. The character, her name is Moira Rose, and we just took the inspiration from her and just ran with it.
This is Jacqueline Holloway, and she just did fabulous choreography for our battle for Basilius. And the kids are so excited, and we're excited, and it looks legit. What was your experience like working with our Xavier students?
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. It's so great. This is such a wonderful, open group of people who are just game for anything I asked. They were like, yeah, let's do it. You want to do that weird thing? Let's do that weird thing. And it's so nice to, coming off of a year of not really doing this, to be able to work with a group of humans that are so open and so ready to just play and, work with each other without judgment and just soak up all the information and add their own characterizations and their own spices to it. So, so wonderful.
Hi, I'm Owen Greer.
Hi, I'm Illustrator Ramos Carpio.
So, Owen, tell us about your roles. What roles are you playing?
I'm playing Eddie in The Way You See It, and I'm playing Fredder and Basilius and some other smaller roles of Basilius. And
Right.
I'm also understudying some characters.
And I'm playing Conrad in The Rock. That's my main role, and I have some few small parts in Basilius, of course, and in The Beans.
My name is Ian Tom.
Great. And what year are you?
I am a freshman.
I hear a rumor that it's your first play.
Yes, it is my first play.
So tell us what the experience has been like being in a play for the first time.
It's been great. Everyone is just very nice, and everyone's just always there to try and raise you up. And I don't feel too nervous when I'm on the stage either, and so it's really nice.
It's really nice being able to play around with the cast and being able to work with Freya a lot. I think these characters are really fun because they're really ridiculous. And I don't know, it's a really fun interaction between all five of us. So.
And tell us about your previous experience in plays.
When I was younger, I did a lot of stage acting in Midtown. I starred in several plays, including one was called The Garden of Eden, and I had a very good time. And so for a while, I kind of dropped it for a while. I kind of lost interest in it for a while. But then I slowly started to regain my interest as I entered Xavier, because acting seemed like reviving acting was a very good choice to do for the required fine arts, and I had a very good time, and I really enjoyed playing in Oedipus Rex last year, and encouraged me to do more, and I was probably going to get more and more involved in that. I'm having a great time doing this now. Awesome. And also, before this is done, there's also someone who I really wanted to thank, who had a great influence on me several years ago, and who I lost in touch with for a while, but was very nice to me. His name is Mr. Gregory Lubert, and one of the things I wrote down is "You are gentle and loved," and that was directly inspired by him. So if he's watching this from Arizona, thank you, Mr. Lubert, and I'll never forget how great of a teacher you were, and thank you for how you inspired me to come to Xavier, and you told me that I had great potential to go very far here. So thank you, Mr. Lubert.
Tell us about your experience doing plays.
Yeah, so I've been a part of XCS for a really pretty long time. I've been, the first show I was in was my sophomore year. I did a musical, Little Shop of Horrors. It was so much fun, and I've done every play since. even freshman drama, and I wasn't even a freshman, so you can tell I really like it. Yeah, it's been so much fun.
And what plays are you in?
I'm in the Beans, or just Beans, and Basilius.
Basilius, right? And you're understudying.
I'm understudying for you in The Rock.
In The Rock,
Yes.
right? And so you've done a lot of plays. So what's the difference between working on a play for 10 weeks and working on a play in like 10 rehearsals? Tell us the difference.
It's it's a lot more fun when it's all in like a very short time period because it's all going so fast and it all happens so fast and you just have to like kind of roll with it, and it's a lot of fun.
Like freshman drama is different from like the regular shows we do. It's like, I don't know, more casual, but also same type of feeling. I don't know, it's really fun.
And you have this great thing where you get off book like super quickly. I'm gonna shout you out as like the quickest off book person.
I was not the fastest. I would have to say Maggie was probably the fastest.
Oh, Maggie was fast
Yeah.
too, yeah. What is the challenge here? Like doing all of these plays at once. Talk about what it is like as an actor to develop these roles, like, and have them all be different.
It's challenging. I don't know. I just sort of work with what I've got. I feel like I base a lot of whatever I do with just the material that I'm given. And usually the material is very good, so I don't know. I feel like there's not a very great worry with like the final product ending up being like weird or anything like that. Usually I just rely a lot on the material that's given.
It's great. You trust the material and
Yeah.
the instincts fall from that. You're a freshman doing freshman drama. Thank you very, very much for your great work. And what roles are you playing?
Olive in The Rock and Helena in Basilius.
Awesome. And what's your favorite part of working on freshman drama?
I think my favorite part is like everyone like putting together the plays.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us with your awesome
Thank you
energy.
for having me.
Thank you. And I look forward to seeing your work at the watch party. Tell us about your experience working on these plays.
Well, I was in 3 of them, so that's half. That's math. It was a lot of fun. It was interesting to approach a character that you only knew for 10 minutes because it was a shorter rehearsal process. So you have to do a lot more of the work on your own to like get to know your character. So that was fun. We got to do a lot of really fun fight choreography for Basilius, which was like all of my Lord of the Rings fantasies come to life. It was amazing. But also like we all just get along. We all love each other. It's a lot of fun.
Tell us about your experience working on the projects.
It's been so fun. The plays are all like really, really good. Like I'm genuinely pleasantly surprised that these are written by high schoolers. Like they are so good. And it's been really fun to work with everyone, and yeah, it's been really good.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here with us. Awesome work.
Are you ready? I was thinking we could go to that pizza place you guys love so much. Charlotte was a great girl. Beautiful girl. I'll leave you two alone. I'll be outside when you're ready.
I'm coming now. Charlotte?
I never left.
So what do you think of the test?
Submit by 11:59, and I mean 11. They're not even paying attention. Never in my 15 years as a teacher. I'm sure this might be helpful.
Excuse me, where are you going? The bell didn't dismiss you, I do.
Hey, I wanted to
If you're gonna hit on me, just skip the awkward shy guy crap and get on with it.
I know they called you down to the office this morning.
Wow, weren't you quite the charmer? Was that your attempt at a conversation? Shut up.
It's Charlotte, right? I heard about your dad.
Look, I don't know what you've heard, but I don't need some perv like you trying to help me.
I know what it's like.
Do you? Because I don't think you're the one that has a jailbird father. Do you get stared down in the halls? Do you get called the resident school druggie? No. No, you don't. So please don't try to console me. Take whatever sympathy you have elsewhere.
You have to fill that space, and because you're all that's left. Nobody wants to talk about it, because nothing like that could ever happen. And no one believes that something like that could ever happen. I guess I'm quite the charmer.
Shut up.
Pizza's here. You know, your father and I used to go to this place.
Don't.
What? Can I not talk about my husband?
You're gonna compare us again. Don't. It's not the same.
He's only trying to help.
You're right. He didn't choose to leave.
Meaning?
Meaning, if you fall in love with a drug addict, sudden death shouldn't come as such a surprise.
She can hear you.
What?
It's okay.
Where will the sympathy go?
I think I've been very accommodating.
Accommodating?
Don't
What?
raise your voice.
What? So you talk about Dad, and just like that, everything's fixed. I move on, right? Because I'm sure you're glad to move on. If it means such a disgrace like her is dead. And that's what we're worried about here. My tone? The only time I ever cared to say something nice was when she was already gone.
She's hurting too.
And you know what? She didn't choose to leave. She was taken, just the same as Dad. The only difference is she's still here with me. She's the only one who ever actually cared.
Your father is always with you. Don't say things like that.
She was barely here alive.
I will not listen to such things in my house. Your father was a wonderful man. Better than that low-life father of hers. You should be thankful for everything he gave to you. Every toy he bought you, every game he took you to. Does that mean nothing?
Yeah, he was just as accommodating as you. What happened?
Charming. I'm okay. It's not the first time I've been in here.
Make it the last.
Easier said than done.
Is it? I mean, you have me now, and I can help you get clean.
Why do you always carry that slip around?
It's the most important piece of paper in the world.
What?
I'm serious. It's the office call slip. That first day I met you, I was only there because I'd gotten in trouble. And I know not a lot of people believe in that cheesy fake crap, but if I hadn't been there that day at that exact time, I would have never met you. And I'm glad I did. I love you. Well, do you love me?
Nah, you were just there at the right time. Now, how about helping me get clean?
Do you want to ride?
Thanks for accommodating me, but I'm good.
The principal called this morning. She wants to see you first thing this morning.
Good morning. I called you today to ask if you would like to give a speech about Charlotte for the fundraiser tomorrow.
Fundraiser?
Yes, we're holding a fundraiser in honor of your friend Charlotte to raise money for teens dealing with drug abuse.
It's a little late for that.
Don't. Excuse me.
You know, she's dead now, so it's poor timing.
This isn't you? Well, you're right. We can't help her now, but it's more so about the future of the community and how our students...
I'll give the speech. Charlotte? Hello, Charlotte? I'm gonna come in. What happened? I
Still a charmer.
I don't understand.
You don't have to. You're here, aren't you? I guess all your cheesy fake crap actually meant something.
You can't leave.
I'm not going to. Can I see the slip? I guess this was pretty damn important.
I'm here. I'm here. Good morning. This slip of paper right here is the only reason I'm standing before you today.
I'm still here.
I'm in Charlotte today. Yeah, got arrested. Like you all, I was listening to rumors.
You're not listening.
That day I got pulled out to the office with this slip right here.
I'm with you.
Why am I even telling you all this? I'm supposed to thank you and the school for putting this together and coming to support your friend. Friend. That's a strong word, isn't it? None of you knew her, and now she's gone.
I never left.
All this for what? So you can sit here and pat yourselves on the back and say she helped us come together.
I never left.
Stop it!
I never left.
Well, it didn't. And you all just sit here grieving to make your dull lives more interesting. Well, maybe, just maybe, if you had tried a little bit earlier, she'd still be here.
I never left.
Stop it! Hey man, what's going on? It's been a while.
Yo, you know what it's time for?
Camping trip! Yeah!
Let's go.
So is everybody going this year?
Yeah, we're all getting here on Friday at 9 a.m. Make sure to pack enough clothes this time. We don't want a repeat of the infamous skid mark incident.
Haha, very funny. It wasn't even that funny. I can't believe you're still holding that over me.
I don't know, man. I think it was pretty good. Anyway, I gotta go to work. Make sure you're here on time tomorrow morning. We want as much time as possible in the woods.
Yeah, sure, bro. I'll see you then.
See ya.
I've been waiting for this all year.
I know, right? I can't wait to just lay down and look at the stars tonight.
Yeah, me too. I love just sitting around the fire and just sitting. You know, we finally get to do nothing, just looking at the coals.
I wish we could do this every weekend. Hey, do you hear that?
What?
No, I don't hear anything.
Huh? I hate you, Hayden. Why do you always have to do stuff like this?
Yeah, come on, man. You want to throw the ball?
Yeah, sure, bro. Whatever you want.
Hayden, did you do this? You know you're like so much stronger than him.
Yo, you guys want to go swim in the stream?
Yeah!
Hayden can be so annoying sometimes.
I guess. I don't know why you had to scare you guys like that. That was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I know. And no one thinks it's funny but him.
Yeah.
Guys, I think I have a plan to get back at you.
What do we do with it?
Do with what?
I don't know. I think we could use it. It could be cool.
Use what?
Guys, it could lead to some bad things that we don't want to deal with.
What are you guys talking about?
Okay, calm down, Melissa. Come here and we'll show you.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. I think it's some kind of coin.
No, it looks more like a medallion.
Okay. Whatever it is, where did you find it, and what do you think it does?
I found it in the stream, under some rocks.
It just looks like a shiny rock. Probably doesn't do anything.
You're a party pooper. It's shiny. That means it does something.
Uh-huh. Sure. I'm gonna go eat my hot dog. You guys have fun figuring out what the point of that rock is.
Bottles of milk on the wall. What the heck is that? It's the rock thing I found in the stream yesterday. It grew huge overnight, and as soon as I brought it into the sun, it lit up like that.
I think it's safe to say that's not a normal rock, Hugh.
That's something mystical, you know. We should take a closer look at it.
Whoa!
Chill out, dudes. I'm not gonna let the sun hit it.
Okay, try that.
Oh my god. Guys, you have to come look at this.
Whoa.
Whoa, what is that?
There's like some sort of carving there. Definitely wasn't there yesterday. Well, duh. It was the size of a quarter yesterday. Now it's the size of a bowling ball.
The carving looks like waves, like little ripples.
Yeah, I think you're right. It must have something to do with the river where you found it.
But it doesn't explain why it blinds us when it's in the sun like that.
Maybe if we put it in the stream, it will do something.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, come on, Cleve, grab the rock. Let's go run to the stream.
Okay, let's run. Do you guys think we can look at it in the open now?
I think so. It only reflects sunlight.
Come on, let's go put it in the stream.
Okay, Hayden, why don't you throw it in over there? Close your eyes just in case the sun comes out again.
Good idea. What the hell was that for? You just leave the stream.
Oh, that rock, man. It was just a rock. There was nothing special about it.
Yeah, we wanted to get back at you for scaring us yesterday.
No, hold on. So what was with it lighting up? And the carving and the glowing?
It's just a really reflective rock. I put those carvings into it. You should have seen how convinced you guys were. I was holding a gold coin from Halloween yesterday.
You did deserve it, Hayden.
Yeah, I kind of deserved it. I'm just wet. You want to throw the ball?
Sure, why not?
Good job, Claire.
Whiskey, please.
Rough day?
Kinda. Got passed up on a plaque that I deserved.
What was the award for?
Courage in the field.
What is it that you did?
Well, it all started out on that bleak Tuesday morning when I got a call to an apartment complex.
Hello? Yes, right away, Chief. I'll take the men down.
We get to the rundown apartment complex, and now it seems like the whole building is in flames. We smashed straight through the door.
Gently opened it.
Then I pressed my hand on the first door that I came across. I felt the warm hug of the door, the grooves of the paint that had obviously been peeling for a while. Then BAM! The door blew right out of its hinges.
Opened quickly due to a buildup of smoke. The door didn't have a lock on it.
I think this next part of the story requires a little bit of context. You see, when I was younger, I had this teacher named Plank, Miss Maple Plank. She was Canadian, and yes, Maple's a strange name, but it fit her when she made pancakes for the football runs. Anyways, she had this daughter that went to the same school as me. Her name was Sapling. Sapling was a more immature female with a lot of growing up to do. I liked her for some time, but I never knew what to say to her because she was as beautiful as a cherry blossom. Lucky for me, that girl had her leg broken, and it was my turn to be the hero and courageously help her.
My daughter was not a damsel in distress. Rather, she's a champion in Concourse who happened to be stuck in an unfortunate situation.
My father-in-law always told me that she would be better off with someone else, or just alone. But what he didn't know is that I was the only firefighter left.
Because you accidentally set a table on fire that you had to put out.
And all of a sudden, I hear a girl crying.
Finally, he told the story right.
And there she was, a broken sapling. I carried her through the door and out the flaming building. She was saved, and I was the hero.
So,
that's what the plaque's for.
Nope, I wasn't allowed to get a medal for that.
Why not?
Because when we got outside, I lit a cigarette and threw it into gasoline that could have erupted into a fiery inferno. Could have, but didn't.
Or was it because you filed all the paperwork so incorrectly that your computer couldn't process the information and the server box caught fire, which led to a major power outage?
You do realize that cigarettes can't light gasoline, right? Mythbusters did a whole segment on it.
That's besides the point. I just had to tell it, because if it wasn't for that day, I wouldn't have been able to show my courage and strength to stop rain. And if I didn't do that, he definitely wouldn't have married me or fallen in love with me.
You understand that courage is not defined by lack of pain, but rather how you endure it.
Thank you, Confucius, but I don't think this applies to my case.
So why didn't you get the award?
Well, eventually it was between me and another guy. After Sapling and I finally got married, we moved deeper into the city because he wanted to be an arborist ethnopharmacologist.
My daughter finally achieved her dream. I wish I could have been there to see it.
Oh, so she wanted to turn trees into medicine.
If that's what it is, then yeah.
I still wonder why my daughter ever married you.
She was studying how something called hemlock could save lives.
How ironic.
When we finally moved into the city, I joined the local firehouse. Everyone was relatively nice except for this one guy. His name was Draven. He bullied everyone. I thought it was because his wife left him. We received a call one day to a warehouse. We were told that there were civilians who were trapped inside the whole time. The problem was we were stretched thin that day because we were told a plane smashed into some major government building. So when we received the call, we only had 4 men to spare, and this was easily a 7-man job. We get to the warehouse, and it is burning as if rubbing alcohol and paint thinner had a child, and that child was hit by a fiery catapult straight out of the Trojan War. I looked at Draven, and he is scared out of his mind. And so was I. I didn't know if we were going to get out alive. I had a conversation with myself about what would happen if something were to happen to me. I wrote a quick will detailing where my possessions would go and a list of possible baby names when Sapling had my kid. Then I thought of her father. He was a big man, a bigger man than I will ever be. I always felt as if I let him down. I knew I wasn't good enough for his daughter. I thought of all the times he belittled me and made fun of me for not being a doctor or a world-renowned scriptwriter. I was sorry for letting him down. I always looked up to him, even when Sapling didn't know I existed.
I never knew you felt like that.
He never acted as if I was part of his family, but that didn't matter at that moment in time. In fact, thinking about those harrowing memories gave me enough anger to do my job.
He busted through the door!
I ran through the stairs, searching room after room for these civilians. Eventually, Draven finds the 4 that we were looking for.
You and I both know that you did.
They were huddled up in a corner, scared that the building was going to come down around them. We picked them up and ran out the door before the building collapsed. The only problem was that one of our guys got injured. Poor little guy, he never saw the raccoon coming.
Did you say raccoon?
Oh, yeah. Poor little guy fell right onto Joey.
Was he okay?
The raccoon was great. He healed quite quickly.
I was talking about Joey.
Oh no, Joey broke his collarbone. But I dragged Joey 50% out of the building, then Draven took over and he dragged the rest.
That snake! You easily could have done it.
So Draven took the glory.
Yep, and I let him. But awards aren't everything, right? Hello? Yes? What was it? Drugs? Guess what? Draven's urine tested positive for methamphetamines. The award's mine.
I knew you would get it.
Well done, son.
See you next time.
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard.
Is it? Are you not able to comprehend my astute theory?
Astute theory, my ass. How is that even a theory? It makes no sense to only read 3/4 of every book in a study.
Is it now?
Yes, it's pointless. And who the hell would cap up on 3/4 of a book? That's annoying as hell, especially if it's a good book.
Well, one, book
books are overrated. 2, at the end it's satisfying. 3, have you ever heard someone say something like that before?
Say what?
That they've only read 3/4 of every book individually in their study.
No.
Exactly. See, like, I don't want to come off as pretentious. Plus, it's not pointless to bring the same pleasure in the end. Plus, it's a cool thing to say to people. So in the end, I gained something from it.
Well, I don't care about how you feel. I'm speaking in a technical sense here.
Well, that hurts to hear.
If you read 3/4 of a book to attempt to use it to impress someone, you still end up coming off as pretentious. Plus, although it's different, people will legitimately think there is something wrong with you. I see no result, then in turn, it is pointless.
You just don't get it. Your small brain. My brain is so big, it's incomprehensible for your small brain.
Creative way to say you're wrong.
What was that? I missed it.
I said, oh, I see.
Say that again?
Listen here, you.
What?
You know what? Nothing. You write. When you write, you write.
Exactly. I know I am.
Attention!
We're on God's green earth.
The city of San Francisco is under mandatory quarantine after the exposure to dangerous chemicals. Reports say there has been a leak of intense fertilizers into the water supplies of the city. Said fertilizer can cause serious health issues. If you or a loved one have drank or been exposed to unfiltered or unbottled water in the last 5 hours, please report to the nearest military checkpoint set up in the city.
You good?
I think so. I mean, we've been out since 6, so at most we're drinking out of our water bottles.
I'm not the only one who feels uneasy about this, right?
Oh no, you're not. I'm currently regretting the fact that I played Resident Evil last night, and if this turns out anything like a movie script, I would find that hella ironic.
We should go out again and get water. I don't want to go thirsty all day.
True, but isn't boiling water sufficient to kill, like, bacteria, viruses, and protozoa?
Yeah, but better safe than sorry. Plus, we live in a dorm, and there's only a single kid on our room. We should just save time and go get some water before every irresponsible student decides to come in our room and use the only kettle within blocks because no one cooks or does anything anymore.
I just took my shoes off.
Put the damn shoes back on.
Fine.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How the hell did you get in here?
You left the door open.
My bad. I can see I carry the keys.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not like I'm gonna rob you or anything. Yet. I was planning on, that's not the point. But, I saw that you guys bought some nice food things, so I wanted to make myself something.
Okay. Do not use the food we bought.
Sharing is caring, especially with friends, right?
What the hell did you grab?
I was in the mood for some John-style frioles.
On top of stealing our food, you're gonna make me cook it?
I
pretty much.
swear.
It's fine. Just remember to lock the door next time. Hey, Fredo. Did you, start soaking the beans in water yet?
Yeah, they're on the stove.
Well, at least you did one of the 7 steps.
Brady, what time did you even wake up? We haven't seen you all day.
Legit like an hour ago. I was up all night doing a project.
And by project, do you mean Valorant?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fredo, did you use tap water for that?
Yeah, why?
Did you not see the thing? On TV? Oh, wait, well, no, you just woke up.
Huh?
The government put a notification out saying that all unfiltered water was contaminated with some weird fertilizer.
Well, thank God I've been drinking out of my bottle then.
Well, there go my beans. I'll just throw these out.
It's pitch black for you guys, right?
Yeah, of course it is. It's not like a personal issue.
The power must have gone out. You guys got any candles?
I bought some while we were out.
Wait, why? I thought we were just going out for water.
Yeah, but like I said, I was playing Resident Evil last night, and I got a few things, okay? Like a just-in-case plan.
Fine. Mine's on the sofa. Give me a minute, I gotta make my way there. That's the lamp.
I wonder why the power went out. Probably has something to do with the water thing, right?
I mean, how is contaminated water going to turn the power off? You don't know until you go to the dorm breaker.
It feels soft.
Stop, that tickles.
Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen. That's the road. That means I just gotta make a left and... What the hell, man? How the hell did you spill the beans when I'm the only one supposed to be moving?
It's not we're going to eat them anyways.
Yeah, they made a total mess. I didn't even sign up for that extra work.
Guys,
it's just some water. Don't worry. We're going to get some paper towels and boom, soak that
Guys,
crap
there's something.
Yeah, but it had beans in it. It looks nasty as hell, and the water's gonna be able to soak up those gushy things.
Guys!
What?
There's something weird going on. I wasn't the one who knocked the pan over.
I mean, you were the one that had it in your hands, were you not?
Yeah, but like, no, it was in my hand, and then just boom, it yanked itself out of my hand.
So So the ghost that lives in our dorm doesn't like beans?
I'm not joking, okay? I have no idea what happened. It just yanked itself out of my hand.
Ew, I can already hear the beans soaking up on the floor. Hold up. Let me get my phone right out. Don't open that up. Honestly.
Damn, I hit her so hard, didn't I? I am such a funny, smart girl.
Fredu?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
Why?
Do not move.
Guys, calm down. Like, I know that I'm funny. You don't have time to beat my comedic tone. Ha ha! So, I see you guys started coming much earlier today, didn't you? Guys, your comedic timing is shite. Cut this crap out. Guys?
Freedom, go!
It's beans!
Never again are we buying beans!
You guys think we're gonna have to clean that up? My bad.
Sycamores soaring skyward, Scion set, entrenched in waves sailing 49 seas. Unknown is the blunder of the sea's net, by which sweet figs birth cursed sprigs, beginning new deadly debt. No Christ to mark them, Virgil's blessed bark numb. Yet the ground sea sails on, and ever higher the sycamores soar.
'Tis done, our glorious citadel. 'Tis but a sun now of lost antiquity.
Hush! Lest they lose heart and should falter, for now is not the time for any weakness.
Aye, thou speak truthfully.
So I fetch thee a new cloak, my lord.
There is no need.
Would a bowl of water be pleasing, my Basilius?
My lord, what must we do now? What shall be our next action?
We must pray, but let us save our prayers to the last moments before we battle. Bishop, stay with these men. I must retire briefly before preparations may be finished.
We haven't much time.
I won't be long.
As thou please, my Basilius.
What is on thy mind, Constantine? We have not much time.
Prithee, warn me not of time. I hear well the harbinger of hell clamoring before our gates.
My friend, have faith, valor, hope.
Hope? Hope! How hope has aided our brethren in years prior. How hope saved us on our darkest day against the Seljuks, and again in 1204, and again at Varna. Hope. But to what avail? Tell me, brother, how can we fight when all is lost?
For Christ's kingdom, for brother of ours, our family whose jinxed keens sound the wild Danes, blood of Caesar and blood of man mixed together and collapsed in our blessed dam.
As if we will save them, the cypress and sycamore stand a better chance than our brethren.
But we must fight, 'tis thy duty, voice of our God, one true, Basilius.
Aye, it is, yet however insensible. Basilius, Emperor of Rome, ruler of Pontus, the Amazonian lands, and countless more. Yet here we stand, and there my wives lay. They soon we shall be.
Katerina, she was a good woman, a highly noble good soul.
We honor, thus how distant are we raised? From our Ishla, my brother, who claims fame, our love of God and brother inscribed here in blood of brother, and to God's great fear.
This is not time for weakness. Where, Constantine, is the heart of our great Basilius? The empire has endured worse than before. Rome has then always will prevail. Even in the most bleak of all times, Constantinople has stood.
Thou art loyal, George, and I admire thy faith, but I cannot overcome this tempest which prevails through my whole. I am unable to adhere to thy wisdom.
This great citadel, the glorious capital of Christendom, the bastion of faith in even the darkest of times.
We must be bold, at the very least, if not faithful.
Theodosius' walls have met their match.
Our great civilization has met its match. Perhaps God was with them all along.
Nonsense! The cannon fire is going to thy head, Constantine. Thou art losing thy sanity.
How can so mighty an empire fall? How is this God's work?
Where is thy faith in thy most noble compatriots, in their hour of greatest need?
Don't be foolish. 'Tis a peasant's folly to fall for faith.
Thou voice treasonous trapped thoughts. Constantine, restore thy senses, O brother of old.
Basilius, can thou hear not the blast of powder eroding our civilization?
Bishop Isidore, he is but exhausted from battle. Forgive him. Constantine's mind has been lost with the city.
The men await a speech from their Basilius. Please, my emperor, our life spirit flees before us.
'Tis the mute swan's moment of melody.
My Basilius, thou must have heart. Thou mustn't forego thy great empire at present.
Have faith, my emperor.
Show thy grit against the devilish Turk.
Thy divine hand has been outlined. How sacrifice I was born. George, gather the men. We shall say some closing word before we make our final confrontation.
My Basilius, please, spare me a moment to address thee. We are the faithful. Our end brings but pleasure. My Basilius is wise as always. Beyond thy honor, thy lineage, beyond all the people whose lives risk forfeiture, first is Rome. Thy Roman heritage, our Roman heritage, perhaps lies now in literature. Our bright streak resting in warm tomb. The endless onslaught of the celestial movement hath led us on, unabashed, to this land, this spot, where our sepulchre shall be defined. By conquerors forged, by conquerors dissolved, an empire given for an empire resolved.
Thou art a worthy man indeed, good Isidore. Our epoch began in violation shall meet a worthy end.
O most holy Trinity, have mercy on us.
Our greatest trial has come at last.
My dear, please reassure my faint heart.
Fear not. God is with us. We cannot fail.
Oh, how I do wish for that fine hour where at last we may emerge from this hellfire.
It draws near, my dearest Helena. It draws near.
I fear it draws faster than my heart can bear.
Unsurprising, and I revere thy willingness to stay and fight, despite cries of thy master at night.
The spell of a crossbow bolt removed all reason from our brave captain.
And so Aeneas has fled, and our part comes to a close.
Please, George, have them stop this nonsense. I cannot bear the thought of those wretched Turks among us.
Fear not, fear not. God smiles upon us today, surely. We will survive, just as the empire survived always. When Rome fell, Constantinople rose.
The anguish of the Sabine men shall soon be ours.
To think of the human petrification in this conquest innate.
And in this calamity, I fear too the burning of exotic goods of great weight.
Yet worse I fear is the loss of human beauty yet to be saved.
Today we surrender in the name of Christ our faith.
Be strong, dear Helena. It is thy duty. Come, our lives are yet to end. Think of our great wolves and brave blood, our heritage as the defenders of Christendom.
All I see before us is a few Genoese and Phoenicians.
Aye, and that's all we need. Before us lies a collapsing giant, a falling god in faith defiant, the Turks without and Greeks within, both wearing proudly Roman skin. I curse my life not for my fortune, but for loss of all a deadly contortion. Needless, heedless are the fierce frays of man, everlasting death for glory 'tis then.
Divided may we be, let us be united in our last stand, in our battle for Christ.
If only all thy brothers could share such a stance.
Virtuous they would be.
There is no time for longer speeches. I implore and beg thee to exhibit, if thou have any affection for me, the proper honor and obedience to thy commanders in battle, each according to his rank, regiment, and duty. Know this too. If thou keep my orders in thy heart, I hope to God that we will be delivered from his present righteous threat.
Lord of the powers, be with us, for in times of distress we have no other help but thou. Lord of the powers, have mercy on us. Grant that this trial may bring me closer to thee, for thou art my rock and refuge, my comfort and hope, my delight and joy. Blessed is thy name, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, now and forever. Amen.
Rome, Empire, Lord above all, fight in thy name we shall.
Let us die for our faith in Christ and for our fatherland!
The fighting lasted from dawn until noon, and while the massacre went on in the city, everyone was killed. But after that time, they were all taken prisoner. This was the end of the capture of Constantinople, which took place in the year 1453, on the 29th of May, which was a Tuesday. God wills it.
Well, tell me, I've always wondered, which culture got heaven right?
Oh, none of them. Jean-Paul Sartre got pretty close to addressing hell, but he never addressed heaven, so we don't count it down here. Man, you should have seen the look on his face when he got down here.
And would you mind telling me why I'm in hell in the first place?
It says here, yeesh, you hiked up the price of several vaccinations at your company. That's going to be a big problem in the 20s.
Oh, I died in the 80s. You must have made some mistake.
No, sir, 2020s. Aren't you glad that your wife shot you before you saw the horrors of your actions?
I'll have you know, I had a good thing going for me. I was in the 40 under 40. I had kids on the way. Life was exciting. And my God, the number of beautiful women at my side. Tell me, did they arrest my wife?
No, sir. It seems like no one ever suspects a pregnant woman.
Damn. Well, is this it? My hell is sitting in an empty living room with a TV forever?
I guess will come soon enough.
Can't a sinner get a drink in this place? Ah!
Murder isn't a sin if he's an unfaithful master.
Hello, honey. How might you be today?
perfect. 1 minute gone and gone, the dashing young man by your side, the next you fall off and drown. That's life.
That's death, actually.
Was he attractive, my love?
Dear, I never forgot your face. You have aged since the day I shot you.
Neither of you.
You better not be lying to me. Why is there nothing reflective down here? Do I really still look like I'm in my 30s?
Not a day older. Ramona, darling, it has felt like an eternity down here. Tell me, how long has it been up there?
27 years.
Already?
What do you mean already? You just said it's been an eternity.
Yes. I seem to have used the wrong word. Being down here so long must have corroded my ability to use the right words.
You think you'd learn I can tell when you're lying.
My dear, I have no idea what you're on about.
Mother, father, how might you be?
My children. My beautiful babies, how I miss you. It's been an eternity. Tell me how long is it up there?
40 years.
Already?
Why are we here?
More importantly, why are they here with us?
Well, she's here because she killed him, and he's all around her.
Hey!
And you two are both here because of the book.
There must be some mistake. I mean, are we not allowed to write fiction? Does God have like a problem with that?
Yes.
I mean, it does make sense. You can't lie for money.
Tell me, how old do I look?
As old as you did when you went missing.
So they never found my body? Good. Drowning bloats the body so much.
And me, how old do I look?
Like you did in all the pictures.
And how did you two die?
Car crash. Because someone can't drive!
Well, maybe if you didn't get drunk before the book signing, you could have driven the car! In the snow! In the middle of nowhere while your hands shake!
You're so serious about everything. I was making a lighthearted joke. It's how I cope with the fact that I don't know, dead.
And what's this book that got you two sent to hell?
A New York Times bestseller, that's what it was. Apparently God just hates successful people.
Well, it was realistic fiction. The money left behind by both of you dried up eventually, so we took some creative liberties with your deaths.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm also intrigued. What liberties?
Well, we claimed that the man who owned the yacht mother was on pushed her, and also shot you in the elaborate scheme.
Relabeled it as fiction.
It did technically ruin a man's life, though. They did a whole documentary about whether he did it or not. You think the woman that made this down here, she still owes him like $2,000.
I am incredibly disappointed in both of you, ruining an innocent man's life like that.
Yeah, your mother and I are incredibly ashamed.
You would have made fantastic parents, dear.
I'm sure you did amazing on your own, my love.
I mean, look how we turned out.
Well, I had no part in that.
Could you imagine living under the legacy of the man who ruined medicine?
Is that what they call me?
See, dear, I did you a service. You wouldn't want to have seen all that. Be glad you were going in your prime.
Hold on. I still haven't processed the fact that you murdered father?
Yeah, you only said he was probably murdered by a business partner.
Well, at least I didn't write an entire book about it.
A fictional book, as in one not meant to be believed. No one is saying that the Hunger Games made the U.S. government look bad.
What's the Hunger Games?
All right, you've been down here since the 80s.
No one thinks that Knight Rider means fucking self-driving cars are real.
Self-driving cars still aren't a thing.
Well, they exist, but not everyone has them. Do you think me and Jackson would be down here if we had a car that could drive itself?
Can they fly yet?
Father, I want you to go back on what I said, right? And really think, okay? Using your brain, if we could fly, would we tumble down a mountain?
So no.
No, dear, they can't fly.
I swear to God, if I'm in hell because I made smart, monetary moves, whatever villain promised me flying cars better be down here too!
You darling, no one's going to answer. Don't you see? This isn't hell. It's an opportunity. We never got to be a real family before, but we can now.
Yes. 3 middle-aged people and a 30-something. Surely the ideal nuclear family.
3 middle-aged people. Oh, Mother. We're not that old. Yes, middle-aged.
Exactly. Ramona, how old do they look to you?
As old as they did the last time I saw them.
And Jackson, how old does Laura look to you?
As old and as wrinkly as we did when we crashed.
Jackson looks the same as he died to me.
So we all look as old as when we last saw each other. Hugh looks like when he did just before he died, because Jackson and Laura have only seen pictures.
Exactly, meaning I wasn't lying when I said you didn't look a day older since the day you shot me.
Then how do you see me and Laura?
That's the thing. Both of your faces look nondescript. You both look 80 and 20 at the same time. I thought it was your mother's genes, but it seems to have something to do with our punishment.
Hugh, dear, run back that statement for me.
Huh?
My bad genes?
Well, honey, nobody's perfect. You can't tell me that you didn't always look a little, well, old. I wouldn't have been unfaithful otherwise.
An eternity! And you still don't know how not to make me homicidal!
Wait, how do you see me and Laura? Wait, that's not me. So you thought we were just ugly?
I mean, you were for most of your life.
Oh, I was? I was? How come you never